The Food and Drug Administration has issued new rules regarding e-cigarettes. It's an industry that's been virtually unregulated.
People who use e-cigarettes think they're a healthy alternative to smoking, but experts say the long-term effects still are not clear. And that's why the FDA will require hundreds of brands of e-cigs to undergo federal review to be able to stay on the market. Also, the agency says that e-cigs will no longer be able to be sold to anybody under the age of 18. Just last year, 3 million middle school and high school students used those devices. A group that's pro e-cigarette says the FDA ruling will force 9 million Americans back to tobacco cigarettes. Local vape shops and e-cigarette users are responding to the news today.
News Channel 15's Holly Campbell talked to a local store today and joins us now in Studio 15 with more.
That's right. I talked to the owner of Amazing Vapes, who told me he wasn't surprised when he woke up and heard the news today.
The first thing I did this morning was wake up and look at 499 pages that we have to sift through now.
Along with the new regulations, Amazing Vapes owner Michael Stott says there are a lot of unknowns.
What devices will be available for us to sell to our clients.
There are also a lot of questions from customers like Bill Gardner.
I took up vaping almost 2 years ago to quit smoking and haven't touched a cigarette since.
Stott and Gardner say they support some regulation.
We want regulations so we don't have dangerous products. We want regulations so there is some level of safety and security. But at the same time, we don't want regulation that's going to essentially force people out of this perfectly viable and healthier option than smoking.
There's a lot of regulation going on, and we as an industry are okay with some regulation. I mean, we welcome it. We self-regulate as it is. So it's been something that we as an industry has been waiting to hear for quite some time now.
Stott is worried that some of the regulations will push people back to traditional cigarettes.
If it goes through as it reads right now, these will not be available. What's the other alternative? People are going to go back to smoking.
And that would be bad for business.
It could shut us down, obviously. And, you know, I've worked really hard to build the businesses that we have. We started with one store. I now have 3 stores here in Fort Wayne, and I want to open more stores. It's scary.
Like we said, one of the major components of the new regulations bans selling e-cigarettes, hookah tobacco, and cigars to people under the age of 18. That law is already in place in Indiana. Some of the regulations go into effect in about 90 days. Others will take a few years to implement. In Studio 15, Holly Campbell, News Channel 15.